Friends, Mazda's metamorphosis into a luxury manufacturer is nearly complete. The jazz music is one cue, but that is another. The 2024 Mazda CX-90 is a three-row SUV built on an all-new large vehicle platform. As Mazda's freshest flagship SUV, you might be wondering where the CX-90 leaves the current CX-9. I asked Mazda PR, and yes, the CX-90 will be replacing the CX-9. They didn't say exactly when, but if you love the CX-9, you can't just stop loving it. That's your new jam there. Given the CX-90's upscale aura, inevitably higher price, and 8-passenger capacity versus the CX-9's 7-passenger max, I can see the CX-9 slotting slightly below the CX-90 in the brand hierarchy. Okay, we'll return to substantive matters shortly, but let's briefly dwell on the superficial. From a front-on angle, the Mazda CX-90 does indeed look like a Mazda, in large part to this chrome grille surround, but the further you move off angle, the more it looks like something else. The CX-90's long hood, lengthy wheelbase, conspicuous lower chrome trim, and rear-biased visual mass convey the substantial proportions of a luxury vehicle. Here are a few lingering shots to get your head around the design. What do you think of the Mazda CX-90? Do you like what you see? Tell me in the comments section. And if you're overwhelmed with the desire to buy a CX-90 of your very own and you're curious what your current car is worth, Kelley Blue Book can help. Click up here. I don't have enough room to depart the shot. Just cut away from me, Mike, cut away! Two more style notes. The CX-90 will be offered with up to 21-inch wheels and in this artisan red paint. Mazda does have a knack for reds, don't they? Based on Mazda's B-roll, this is the most reflective red in the known universe. I do not envy the poor editor that had to digitally remove the camera car from all these shots. One last visual cue I need to draw your attention to, this guy right here, Inline 6. Also, more importantly, hi Forrest, you can run away, but I can still wave at you. Oh, I love a visual segue. As advertised, the standard engine is an inline 6-cylinder. It's a turbocharged, longitudinally arranged 3.3 liter. Here are the power figures, provided you're combusting premium fuel. According to Mazda, it's the most powerful mass-produced gasoline engine they've ever developed. It also features a mild hybrid system called M-Hybrid Boost with an electric motor sandwiched between the engine and transmission that aids engine start-stop operation so you're not burning fuel while you're stationary. The motor can also directly power the CX-90 at slow speeds. I'm not sure how slow and I'm not sure for what distance, but I'm guessing very slow and not very far. So basically the EV component is only useful for creeping home late at night undetected. What are you doing out there? For higher speed electric motoring, there's also a plug-in hybrid CX-90. In Mazda speak, it's referred to as eSky Active G, and it merges Mazda's 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with an electric motor and a 17.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack. Power numbers look favorable, but again, you gotta run premium if you want that output. And here's how far you can drive on electric power alone. Yeah, there are a few details we still don't know about the CX-90. But I can tell you, with either engine, a rear-biased all-wheel drive system comes standard, as does a new 8-speed automatic transmission. As for how the CX-90 drives, I do not know. And another thing I like about the CX... Damn it! Shut up, Miles! I will end you! Where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to say that if this matches the current tone of Mazda's lineup, it'll have a firm yet comfortable ride, and it will turn with extreme predictability and confidence. It'll also probably have a steering ratio that I think is a little too slow and saps some of the fun potential. Mike, if I'm right about this stuff, include it in our review. And if I'm wrong, pretend this didn't happen. And now I'm going to go find Miles and yeah, we'll see what's what. To enhance its road manners, Mazda has imparted the CX-90 with kinematic posture control, a feature first introduced on the Miata that applies slight brake pressure to the inner rear wheel during hard cornering to minimize body roll.
Sky Active G, M Hybrid Boost, kinematic posture control. God love you, Mazda, but we are getting kind of wild with the brand-specific nomenclature. I'm experiencing some Sky Active confusion control.
Moving onward to perhaps my favorite part of the CX-90, we have the interior. Just like the exterior, let's take a moment to drink it in. If you want folks to view your rig as luxurious, Nappa leather and real wood are logical additions. Both are present in fancier CX-90 trims.
But the real character in here comes from this fabric dash. I also really like this stitched negative space area here. Pretty unique. It's inspired by a Japanese weaving technique called kumihimo. And I'm also curious how this chrome trim reflects light while driving. But for right now, I like what I see.
The interior has an elegant simplicity, but it wisely retains physical buttons for essential controls. Looming high above those buttons is a 12.3-inch infotainment display, which leads to a challenge for Mazda in recent years, their infotainment philosophy.
Mazda's interface is made to be controlled with this knob down here, although this is pre-production, so none of this actually works. The interface itself is really clean and easy to use. However, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are made to be touched. The solution here is to let you touch for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you still have this. There's a friction between these two different philosophies, and I'm not sure exactly how that's going to resolve itself. But this, for now, I guess is a pretty good solution. Twist, 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 poke, poke, poke. And now for the most exciting part of any three-row SUV review, can I, the ultimate average 5'10" male, fit in all of the rows? First row is never a problem. Second row, rarely a problem. We've got a slide and recline function, decent recline. Oh, and a nice little skylight here, so it feels a little bit open. That's good. We got vents and USB-C ports, center console here. Okay, let me see if I can get in that third row. That slides pretty easily, and that's a decent aperture to the rear. And now, respect me while I climb in here in an undignified fashion. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna sit behind this seat. Okay, little bit cozy. I'm trying to get my foot under here. And okay, head clearance is good. A little bit tight with knee clearance here, so I probably have to ask the second row passenger to move up slightly. And I am noticing that the seat back angle feels a little bit vertical for my taste, but I am liking this cushion down here. It's very yielding and I'm getting good lumbar support. And I'm just barely brushing here. I also wish that this was soft. There's a lot of really nice materials in the first and second rows, and we lose some of that in the back here, but I do have two cup holders and a USB-C port. I could do this for a little while. And now back to the driver's seat, if I can get my foot out.
Rounding things out, every CX-90 will include automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and adaptive radar-based cruise control. It's bundled together as a suite of active driver assist features under the catchy title iActive Sense. No E after active. For now, there are still some huge gaps in our CX-90 knowledge. How much does it cost? What's it like to drive? How's the fuel economy? I don't know any of that stuff, but we will have answers when we get to review the CX-90 a little closer to its launch in the spring of 2023. But for now, consider me Sky Active impressed.